Canadian Minister of Foreign Affairs Melanie Joly was on her first official trip to India. The two-day trip was aimed at deepening bilateral ties and foster stronger partnerships. Both India and Canada want to collaborate on global and regional issues, especially as India holds the presidency of G20 this year. Ms. Joly's visit is particularly significant as she is due to visit Delhi again next month for the G20 Foreign Ministers meeting and the G20 summit later this year. However, the Canadian Foreign Minister chose to travel to India for a standalone visit, which aimed to lay the foundation for the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's visit to India for G20 summit in New Delhi in September 2023. During her visit, Ms. Joly met with External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. The two ministers recognized the importance of people-to-people ties in expanding cooperation between their countries and focused on areas such as trade, investment, mobility, education and security. Ms. Joly also engaged with key stakeholders in India's business and civil society communities regarding Canada's robust agenda with India under the Indo-Pacific Strategy. Canada, in November 2022, had released her Indo-Pacific Vision, which outlines Canada's plan to engage with countries in the region with a goal to pivot away from that nation's over-reliance on China amid increasing tensions between Ottawa and Beijing. The strategy, while calling India a crucial partner, has termed China an increasingly disruptive global power. The strategy states that Canada will seek new opportunities to partner and engage in dialogue with India in areas of common interest and values, including security and the promotion of democracy, pluralism and human rights. Based on 5 interconnected strategic objectives, Ottawa announced an ambitious plan beginning with an investment of almost $2.3 billion over the next 5 years. India, on its part, has welcomed the announcement of Canada's Indo-Pacific strategy, given the shared vision of a free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific. As part of this strategy, Canada is expected to increase its security presence in the region. While it is investing in reinforcing its naval presence, while increasing its military's participation in joint exercises with partners here, it is also planning to invest in multi-department initiative to develop cyber-security capacity of its regional partners. Apart from the security aspect of the strategy, the people-to-people contacts remain a major component of the relations. Canada is home to 1.8 million people of Indian origin, and a record number of Indian students are now opting to study and work in Canada. As Canada looks to bolster its economy with the help of migrant workers, the skilled and educated workers from India are an important asset for Canada. In this respect, racial attacks have been counterproductive, with India expressing its disappointment at the lack of stern action from Canadian authorities. On the bilateral economic relations, apart from encouraging investment from Canadian funds, India is also negotiating the Early Progress Trade Agreement, EPTA, ahead of a comprehensive economic partnership agreement, CEPA. According to officials, two-way foreign direct investment between Canada and India is about $4.6 billion, with Canadian direct investment in India at $2.9 billion and market and institutional investment into India about $70 billion. Canada is looking for opportunities to increase its investments in India, especially in the renewable sector and collaboration in emerging technology. With the pandemic disrupting supply chains and a shift away from China, India is being viewed by Canadian business as a stable partner. With the Indian economy projected to grow despite global economic setbacks due to the pandemic and the crisis in Ukraine, India is open to investments and joint collaboration with Canada, especially in critical industries such as semiconductors. The Canadian Foreign Minister's visit comes a few days after incidents of vandalism against temples which were defaced with anti-India slogans. The Indian mission in Toronto has raised the issue with the Canadian authorities. This matter has been discussed during the various meetings, and the Canadian officials have assured of stern action against the vandals.